Hey y'all, Alex here. We just wanted to acknowledge that we aren't monetizing this episode in any way, just out of respect for Emma and Christine and like the really, really good show that they put on. We just wanted to make it really clear that like this is just because we really like their content and their podcast, and this is like totally a fan work. So this isn't to make any money off of it, just to like share it with you all. So we hope you enjoy the podcast. Happy Halloween.
Where did it go? Oh no. Is my greatest fear about to come to life?
Hi, I'm Alex.
And I'm Nick.
And welcome to Ice Cream Parasocial, the podcast that talks about as many spooky topics as there are scary flavors of ice cream.
All right. Take 21.
Yeah, it took me a minute. I forgot our whole intro.
I know, we took one whole week off.
We took one whole week off, and that's where I got left.
Yeah, as you can tell, we took last week off because I was dying. I'm not a whole lot better right now, as you can hear, and I'm so sorry. But
Not dead,
I'm not dead.
nor dying.
Nor dying.
Not
Well,
faster than before. We're all dying, I guess.
we are all dying. Memento mori.
Memento mori.
But
Unus annus.
yeah. Yeah, I don't feel great, but I didn't want to miss 2 weeks because it's like this podcast has actually done so much for my mental health that taking 1 week off felt awful. Even
Yeah.
though like when we tried to record last week, I fell asleep in the middle of the episode.
Yeah, we had this really weird, like, false start where, like, our intention was to have me read you a story to, like, put you to sleep, like, after the episode. Like, you know,
Right.
it was going to be, like, this whole setup where you had, like, a little pillow and a blanket, and it was going to be really cute. And you were going to still be like kind of responding to me in real time. And like it was going to be a whole bit because, you know, you'd been sick. But then like about halfway through, you just kind of like passed out.
Yeah, and halfway through was like 10 minutes later, I was just gone.
Yeah, this wasn't like normal halfway through, which is like 20 or 30 minutes. No, this was like straight up like right. Like, all right, introductions are done. We're going to like launch into our story. And then, oh, you're asleep. I guess I can't tell if this is a bit or not. So I'm just going to keep going by myself.
Yeah. I was gone, man.
Yeah. We tried.
We
We
tried.
did our best, but
It just didn't happen.
it just did not happen.
But yeah, so what are we doing this week?
So this week we are listening to Nick's very first true crime podcast.
Yeah.
We decided to choose And That's Why We Drink, which is a really good, it's like kind of part paranormal and part true crime. We're going to be listening to the true crime part today. Specifically a story about the Giggling Granny. And yeah.
Cool. Yeah, you'd think that like with all of the kinds of things that I like that I would like horror and true crime a lot more, but I just don't. I've never understood why people like it so much.
Yeah.
But also I've never actually listened to it, so I thought that it would be a fun episode for Halloween. Or I don't know who came up with it. I'm going to take credit. So I thought...
I think it was you. And then I came up with the show.
You would literally say that you thought it was me, even if it was 100% you, though.
Oh, that's true. That's true. That is true.
Yeah, like, you're the person that will throw a game of Mario Party if I'm losing.
Yeah, like literally all you have to do is just be like, oh man. Or just being like hyperbolically like, if I don't get the star this time, I'm quitting. And I'll just be like,
Okay, it's your star then.
right, like, all right, I'll just skip it. Like I'll like look you directly in the eyes and be like, pass. And you'll be like, literally, why did you do that? And I'm
Right.
just like, because I love you.
I don't want you to be sad.
I don't want you to be sad anymore.
Even though I was never sad.
Right.
But anyways, I came up with the idea. I thought that it'd be a fun idea for me to listen to true crime for the first time as the final episode of our Halloween month.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. And I think this is hopefully going to be a pretty good
yeah.
episode for you to listen to, because I tried to go for something that was like true crimey enough to kind of maybe give you an idea of why people are into it. But maybe not like the most gory thing
Right.
in the world or the most sad thing in the world.
Right.
Plus, I just really like Em and Christine a lot.
Yeah, I was
They're very
just
good.
about to say, like, do you want to talk about the hosts of that show for a second?
Yeah,
And, like, about the
definitely.
actual show?
Yeah, because I actually got into Beach Too Sandy, Water Too Wet first, which
is a wonderful podcast.
Oh
I
my gosh.
love that one.
yes, which is Christine's other podcast, and it is so fucking good. Like, if you are not already on that train, then you really should be. We listened to it like cross country while we were like driving back to Indiana last year. But yeah, so like I started listening to And That's Why We Drink because I found out that like Christine had this other podcast. And basically half of the episode is dedicated to M telling Christine about like something paranormal, like a ghost story or like a cryptid or something of that nature. And then they'll give Christine the second half of the episode to like talk about true crime.
Oh.
And they're very close friends, and a lot of their podcast is sort of, it's kind of similar to ours. Just start like comparing ourselves to like really big podcasts that are very cool. But no, like just in like a very conversational kind of like accessible tone. So I feel like that is definitely maybe easier to get into than like a true crime thing that might be more like big like string instruments and just like
Right.
somebody's voice just being like
A lot easier than, like, a corpse husband video.
maybe. Although I don't know about that. Like, he's got a pretty good voice too.
Yeah, his voice is... His voice.
Make everyone act up, but you know.
That's so funny. But yeah, and Christine uses she, her pronouns.
Yes.
And M uses they, them.
Yes.
Cool. I wanted to throw that out there too. Mostly so
Yes.
that I could remember.
Also very good. Yeah, thanks for doing that. That is a good thing to do.
Yeah. Cool. So I'm ready.
Sweet. Yeah, same.
Cool.
We've got our little secret earbuds in under our headphones.
Yeah, we've got here.
We've got a second laptop. Just to
We're professional.
we're professionals. Rate my setup.
Hello, teacher. Fresh. Teach us something special. Oh. Well, you already taught us to react specifically to that sound
Pavlov.
every time we've ever heard it.
Well, kids,
This
I
is
have
so
quite
funny
a
with
story
no
for you today.
context.
Yeah.
This is the story of the Giggling Granny.
Wait a minute, I know this one. How do I know this?
I told this in Huntsville, which, listen, I was going to prepare a whole story. My computer died last night.
Love it.
Almost irreparably. It's back, but it struggled.
Yep.
Then I was like, this scrapbook is not done. And also,
Just let's all. I know you guys can't see it, but the scrapbook that Christine made, it really like every second of it, there was such thought and love put into it. So like, if you had to skip doing notes to work on that, it definitely showed at least.
thank you for giving me a pass today.
For once.
for once. So this is my Huntsville story. It's an Alabama story.
Okay, firstly,
Yes.
first impressions. I fucking love them.
Oh yeah, they're very good.
Like, I totally understand. You're just like, they're kind of like us. And I'm like, yeah, I feel it.
Right. Just like, all right.
Okay, let's hear about the giggling granny.
We didn't have that many people at our Huntsville show anyway, so I figure it's okay if I share it.
Sure.
And we didn't record it, so it's not going to be
Sure.
released live. So this is the story of Nannie Doss, the Giggling Granny. I truly don't remember this
I
much
don't either.
myself. And I remember this is one that people requested for have requested for a long time.
I remember Granny because there's the Granny Ripper is what I'm thinking of.
that right, yes, because
That was another story.
How
that
many-
I
requested.
requested
More
that.
than you would think.
How many grandmas are out here just being serial killers? Because isn't that like this one? Because you told me when we thought that we weren't going to do this. What, like, how many grandmas are out there serial killing? Because she's a serial killer, right?
Yes. I don't know. More than you would think.
Okay. All right.
Watch out for them fucking potluck cookies. I don't know, dude.
I gotta start watching out for my grandma. Shit.
Right. You know those cakes she makes for Easter? No. Just kidding. I could not imagine. Well, I could, but not us.
For that context, my grandma, every single year for Easter, she makes these cakes that are shaped like bunnies, and she uses Twizzlers and stuff to make like whiskers and different candies to make the eyes and stuff.
It's
and
super
she's done
cute.
it every year for my whole life, as far as I can remember.
It's very sweet and good.
But you're saying that they're poisoned, so it
Well-
might not be that sweet and good.
That's fair. We haven't died yet, so they're probably not poison.
Story from you. And now every time I hear Granny, I always think it's the Granny Ripper.
I mean, it's very few and far between granny murders.
I know. So I just associate all of them with Granny Ripper.
Yeah, well, Nannie Doss is probably friends with her.
Cool.
So Nannie Doss, she's born Nancy Hazel in 1905 in Blue Mountain, Alabama.
Woohoo!
Ow, ow! Which is now part of Calhoun County.
Oh my.
Her childhood? Well, let's just get started.
Yeehaw.
Her childhood was pretty tough. Instead of going to school, Nanny and her 4 siblings stayed at home to work on household chores and tend to the farm. Her father was also very physically abusive toward her mother and all the kids. At age 7, while the family was taking a train to visit relatives in southern Alabama, the train stopped suddenly, and she hit her head on a metal bar
Jesus.
very hard on the
Shit.
seat in front of her, which we know about frontal lobe injury.
We sure do.
For
The beginning of the end.
sociopathy
So-
incoming.
Right.
So, fun fact.
So, fun fact, if you're watching the video, you probably can't see it, and if you're just listening, you definitely can't see it. But I have a nice little scar,
Nice little divot.
nice little divot on my forehead. If I go sideways, you can see it a little bit easier. Am I gonna be the next? Am I gonna be griggling? Am I gonna be griggling grandpa?
I don't know. Depends on if we have any kids.
Okay, so there's another reason for us to never.
Yeah, that's the determinant of whether or not you'll become a serial killer.
So when I was 2 or 3, and I know that I was about that age because the story takes place when my mother is pregnant with my little brother, and he was born right after I turned 3. I decided that I wanted to be tall,
Just like today.
just like today. And I had, God, it's so stupid. But I had these like kid-sized furniture pieces, and I had a kid-sized couch and a kid-sized chair. And I was just watching TV. I don't know why I couldn't just watch TV from my bed. No. What I had to do, I took the little kid-sized couch and I put it on my bed. And I put the little kid-sized chair and I put it on the couch. And I proceeded to climb up and sit in my fucking throne that I made.
Oh no.
And then I fell and busted my head open
God.
on my bed frame. And, like, there's a large part of me that believes that I have a traumatic brain injury from that. Because how could I not? I was 2. Mm-hmm. But, like, I definitely have my scar.
Yeah.
And so just hearing that, like, oh yeah, you know that,
We all know about frontal lobe injuries.
like, okay, so we need to stop watching out for my grandma, start watching out for me. Shit.
Right.
Just wait until I turn 60. I'm coming for your ass.
Uh-oh. Gonna get me.
Okay, I guess let's listen to my future.
Oh my God.
For years after, she suffered severe headaches, blackouts, depression, mental instability
Shit.
that the doctors believed all related from that head injury. So it was very bad.
Oops.
By the time she was a teenager, Nanny was obsessed with romance. She dreamed of getting married someday and living an idyllic life with her husband. She was just very, like, you know, goo goo gaga
Sure.
over, like, the idea of getting married and having a family. And,
Right.
you know, the things that all women should do.
Oh,
Care about.
only
that.
Only women.
Cooking pot roast also.
Right. Oh God, I love a good pot roast. Allison, are you listening?
Hello? Pineapple quesadilla. So she
They're
dreamed
so
of
funny.
getting married. She was like, she would read these like romance magazines about dreamy, you know, dream boats. And she basically, it was kind of, people now attribute it to like wanting to escape her childhood life, you know, with
Sure.
her father, basically. So it was supposedly an escape. Speaking of her father, he forbade all 4 of his daughters from wearing makeup or attractive clothing. So, like, obviously, with that pressure, she wanted it even more.
Right,
and
right.
dreamed of it even more. And it was like suddenly, you know,
If you make it a forbidden fruit, then all of a sudden they want it more.
exactly.
Parents, are you listening?
Parents.
I'm not a parent, but I'm going to tell
Parents-
you how to parent.
Let's do a parenting podcast.
Oh, I can't wait.
We have a lot to
Fucking
teach you.
same.
I'll just tell you everything Linda did wrong. One,
We already do that.
business suits on fucking water sprinklers in hotels. That's step 1.
That's step 1.
That I wouldn't say that's parenting, except like a
We could do a whole
do as
episode
I say,
on
not
that.
as I do. Maybe.
That's a great one.
Yeah.
That's a great one.
She loves parenting through that
Also,
method.
don't pepper spray through a vent so that everyone in the hotel gets pepper sprayed.
Oh no, do it.
Oh, do that.
Yeah, that's the one you do. I think.
Oh, I see. So you okay?
I don't know
You know
anymore.
better than I do.
We'll just put Linda on. We'll just put a microphone in her face and be like, "How do you parent?" And
She's
then
like,
leave for
"Finally."
3 days.
Finally, you give me my chance. Okay, so sorry. So she was like dreaming of getting married, yada yada. At age 16, Nanny finally got her wish when she met a man named Charlie Braggs, and within 4 months they were married.
Okay,
Jesus.
16.
settled down, locked
Yep.
him in.
Right away. They had 4 daughters together, but their marriage began to fall apart. One problem was that Charlie's mother, who lived with them, had similar abusive tendencies as Nanny's father. So she was still back in like the parental abuse situation. And
No
she was still
bueno.
a child. I mean, she was 16. And
Right.
so her mother-in-law who lived with them is like still abusing her the way her father did. So she...
And this sounds like a time and lifestyle where she, as his wife, is also his property. Is that
yeah,
does
I
that come up
guess.
at some point?
I don't know.
It just sounds like there's like no running from it.
She began to drink and smoke heavily as a coping mechanism, and both Nanny and Charlie cheated on one another regularly. In 1927, 2 of Charlie and Nanny's daughters died suddenly at the breakfast table.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Their deaths
What a
were
way to
attributed
start the
food
day.
poisoning, and then Charlie's mother,
important
so her
meal.
mother-in-law, died shortly after. After Charlie received an anonymous warning not to eat any food his wife prepared.
Uh-oh.
Which I like I'm like, I looked everywhere. Like, what do you mean an anonymous letter? Like, who the fuck is writing
It
that?
could be only one of some people.
Right? Like, who the hell is writing this anonymous letter? Whatever. So he and his oldest daughter, Melvina, what a name.
What a name.
They fled and they left Nanny at home with their newborn named Florine.
Wow, they were like, fuck you, Florine, I guess. It's just,
Bye.
you'll figure it out. Fucking...
Fuck you, Flory.
What the fuck? Why wouldn't they take the baby?
I know.
That's the fucked up part of this.
The baby's young. It's
Who gives
fine.
a shit?
Oh my god.
They're
That's
trying-
so fucked up.
They're trying to say that, like,
Oh
and I mean, it, you know, probably gets proven later, but like, she killed everybody else. Why is she gonna fucking save that baby?
Right. Like, fuck you, Florine.
Yeah, fuck you, Florine.
Goodness.
Jesus.
Also, what names?
Right.
Those are the real murders.
Survival of the fittest, Florine.
Florine, poor baby. They were officially divorced in 1928, and Charlie brought Melvina back to Alabama so she could be with her mother and sister, like closer to her mother and sister,
Why?
after the divorce. And that's when Nanny met her second husband. His name was Frank Harrelson. She met him through a Lonely Hearts newspaper column.
Love it.
Love it.
Back when you would like...
That's how we met.
Oh, right. Tinder via newspaper, yes.
That's what I was gonna say.
old
That's
school
how old
way.
we are now, almost 30. You know?
True.
He wooed her with poetry, and she responded with, quote, randy letters and a photo.
Oh my.
She's like, fuck your poetry. Look at my boobs. So you're right. Back then, it was,
Nanny knew how to do it.
I feel like
Was this all in the newspaper though? Like where like public eyes could watch their
I think it was
correspondence?
like they met that way, and then they would mail shit to
Oh,
each
okay.
other.
I was like, wow, they're really brave out there.
However, I feel like a randy photo in the 20s was like an ankle bone or something, like an ankle.
This is a question I'm putting you on the spot for, where I don't think you will actually know this, but one of our grandparents would. But if you meet someone through the newspaper, at some point, the only way you can contact each other is through the newspaper, right? Until you give your address, but you'd have to do that through the paper.
That's a good point.
So do you just hope that nobody also sees your address and just comes and kills you?
I don't think maybe like the newspaper has the information.
Okay,
I don't know. Like they're like the mediary,
sure.
or maybe you put your phone number and hope nobody calls
Creepy.
you.
I don't know. I'm just wondering. I don't know.
That's a really good question.
I don't know.
Because you're right. Like, how would you break that?
I mean, the last time I used a newspaper was 10 years ago to look at movie times before the internet
Oh, yeah.
really started getting wild on movie times.
I remember one time I was reading a newspaper. I was like 5 or 6, not reading a newspaper. That
Right.
makes me sound
Looking at
like
the movie times.
I was like upside down looking at a newspaper, and I was like 5 years old or something. And I found this, and I knew my dad was like looking to buy a new car or something, and I found this page that had like, it said like 0% financing or like $0 down. So I like cut it out for my dad, and I was like, I found you a car that costs $0, and I like
Wow.
gave it to him as like, now you can have a car for $0. And my dad was like, no, that's not how this works.
But I mean, the only thing I remember from newspapers that like I would still love to see are classifieds on things.
Those are the best.
That was the best, but
I
nobody
love-
ever uses it that way anymore. As
like
like
reading-
a single man looking for, you know.
M seeking W. Well, I like the obituaries. I know that sounds like
No,
dark,
I do too.
but they're really fascinating. You read about a whole person's life, and
Exactly.
anyway, so she sent him randy letters and a photo. They married in 1929, but the marriage became rocky, largely due to Frank's alcoholism and his violent
Jesus.
temper.
Uh-oh.
Yep. Despite their issues, their marriage lasted 16 years, though.
Oh, wow, 16 years.
Jesus.
I was about to be like, wow, she really knows how to pick them. And then it's just like, oh, they were together for 16 years. And I'm like, fuck. I
God.
can't imagine being with someone for 16 years. And I plan on being with you for like,
In perpetuity.
like,
The foreseeable future.
right. Or it's
I
just
just don't know what 16 years feels like.
Right.
Exactly.
because 16 years ago I was 8. Yeah. I don't remember being 8.
Oh my god.
I can remember like 10 years ago, but I don't remember 16.
Right, exactly.
Anyways.
Damn.
Nanny's oldest daughter, Melvina, she gave birth to a baby in 1943, which made Nanny a grandmother.
Got it.
Then Melvina gave birth to a second baby 2 years later, but the baby died shortly after birth. Just to be aware that what I'm about to say is upsetting
This is
everybody.
what I was telling you
okay.
about.
And it's about a baby, so
Great.
maybe I won't say it.
You should just say it.
It's really bad. Okay.
This is Florine, the baby?
No. This
new-
is Melvina's.
Melvina's baby.
daughter's baby. Yeah,
Got
so
it.
her second baby.
So Nanny's granddaughter.
Yes. The grandson, the
Grandson.
youngest. Yeah.
Grandson.
So the youngest baby died shortly after birth, and Melvina swore she saw her mother standing over the crib. It's really bad.
No fucking
Sticking
way.
a pin through its head.
Oh my god.
Through its head. Wow.
I'm sorry, that's really traumatizing.
Jesus.
I didn't say this at the live show because I was like, I'm not going to say this at
Yeah,
a live
that's
show.
why I
Yeah,
was
I don't
like,
remember you saying it. Wow.
I wrote doing something to the baby. Oh no, you're right. It was a girl. Shortly before she was announced dead, but she just assumed like she had been on, some sort of drugs from the
Right.
birth, and like she's like, that doesn't make any sense that she would be hurting my child.
Right.
And the baby, I guess, died the baby died instantly, and
Fuck.
she was like, I swore I saw my mother standing over the crib, but like maybe I imagined it, and everyone else was like, no, why would
Right. Remember that time you and your father fled because you couldn't be trusted to eat her food?
valid.
Right.
You look back on that.
Maybe. And she had been prescribed ether, so she was like, okay, I'm on ether, like maybe I just don't know what I'm thinking. So because of the tragedy, Melvina and her husband struggled in their relationship. She began dating a soldier. They separated. Nanny did not like this soldier. After a nasty fight with her mother, Melvina went and stayed with her father, leaving her older son Robert to stay with his grandmother. And that night, the boy died under Nanny's care.
Shit.
Mysteriously.
So
right.
you got into a fight with her and left your fucking kid
Yeah.
who you Oh my god.
Right. This is so much one of those things where it's like, not to be that bitch, but like, fucking, this is how like misogyny kills people. Because stick with me.
Okay.
Like, I'm just like, why do you. This is like one of those things where it's like society assumes that like women are just gonna automatically be nurturing and like cool.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, yeah, you need your mom. You need your mom. Like, you should just go stay with your mom and your sister. You need to come be with your mom and your sister, even though
Right.
we ran away from them. And then it's just like, oh, well, I guess I can trust my mom with my kid. Like, I'm sure my mom wouldn't do anything. And just like this sort of like expectation that's just like, yeah, like, there's no way that any of this could have happened. And then like also just the fact that like she was expected to get married so young and like all this weird shit happened to her didn't help. Like so much of this is just like, man, just like total like
Right.
things that could have been avoided.
Oh my god. I'm just like, I couldn't. Hi, Rupert.
Rupert has come to comfort.
Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show, Rupert.
Well,
Do you have
hey,
any thoughts?
Don't pull on my shirt. Thank you. Do you have any thoughts on this whack ass shit? Thank you. Perfect.
Good job.
But yeah, like, I couldn't imagine getting into an argument with someone and then, like, leaving my kid there.
Right. Like that feels like a bad idea.
Because it's like, what kind of argument would you have to get into to be like, I can't fucking be here, but watch my kid? Like,
Right.
I don't want to say you asked for that one, but you fucking asked for that one.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
why would she treat your kid with any respect after you guys just got into an argument?
Yeah.
Like, even if she's on the wrong end, she doesn't think that she's on the wrong end.
Right.
And all she's going to see when she looks at your kid is you.
Yeah.
So, like, even at best, she's going to give your kid the cold shoulder, which isn't good.
Right.
Oh my God. Like, what a stupid thing to do.
And it's just like, man, people just seem to die around my mom. And like,
Right.
gosh, I just, There was that one weird time when I thought I saw her kill someone, and like, man, that's really weird. Anyways, just be alone with my child while you're mad at me.
Right. Like, no?
Good,
No.
good plan.
No.
Right. Like, again, things that could be avoided if we didn't just automatically do the thing where we're just like, oh yeah, all mothers are good.
Right.
It's just like,
They're not.
yeah.
Anyways, let's see what other crazy shit can possibly happen.
And then Nanny collected on the $500 life insurance policy she had taken out on her grandson.
That sounds right.
Nobody knew about.
Great.
In
I see.
1945, Nanny's husband Frank was out celebrating the end of World War II and got wasted,
As you would.
as you would. I mean, if there's any time to get wasted.
That's the time.
However, he did the opposite of what you should do, and he attacked her.
Uh-oh.
The next day, Nanny was out in her rose garden when she discovered her husband's, corn whiskey jar hidden in the dirt. So she took the jar, filled it with rat poison, and put it back.
Oh my god.
And
Okay,
that night,
but
he was
like,
dead. His last words were, "It must have been the coffee."
Sure, yeah.
okay, but like,
That one
that's
did make me
that's a
smile.
boss move.
Right? That one is pretty like,
Legally, this is a joke. But I'd do the same fucking thing.
right. Like, it's just like, again, this is the type of shit where if women had rights, she could have left his ass like 16 years ago.
Right.
But then you just have to murder someone if you can't get a divorce.
Right. Like,
Legally, this is.
legally, this is a joke. But
But like, that one's
I
understandable.
can't fault her for that one. The children.
The children didn't do anything to deserve that. But
But he had it coming.
that guy.
Just, officer, he ran into my knife 20 times.
I don't know what to tell you.
That's not my problem. It was,
Oh my gosh.
he made his own coffee that morning. I didn't
Must have
fucking
been
touch it.
coffee. Oh my god.
Like, oh man, now we have to sue the coffee company. Ugh.
Jeez. That's wild.
Oh,
So
he
sad.
had it coming.
He had it coming.
Or the whiskey.
Must have been the stuff you were stirring in your
Or the
coffee.
dirt whiskey in the ground.
Right.
So anyway, just like Nanny's daughters back in 27, Robert's death was attributed to food poisoning. Nanny met her third husband, Arlie Lanning, when he responded to Nanny's classified ad in a Lonely Hearts column. So she's just like meeting them left and right.
Oh my god.
They got married
The
3
writing
days after meeting
skills.
through the newspaper.
There it is.
There it is. I guess you could just write, like, meet me at the courthouse. You don't
See
need
you
to
there.
give your address. Just-
Right.
She played the doting wife in their relationship until one day when she was like, I'm going to put poison in Arlie's food. Because he was a heavy drinker, doctors attributed his death to an alcohol-induced heart attack. So once again, it was not made clear that Nanny was doing this. Soon after Arlie's death, their house mysteriously burned down, and Nanny collected on that insurance money as well. After the house burned down, she went to live with her sister Dovey, Nanny and Dovey,
Okay.
You pause it
for a
real
while,
quick.
and surprised.
Yeah, I was just about to because, bitch, get your
Ma'am,
fucking money.
ma'am. Like, I. Again, not to be that bitch, but I'm just like, this is why we like, dismantle the patriarchy and fund substance use treatment.
Right. Shit.
This like could be a PSA for just like so many issues
Oh my
like
God.
that just could have been avoided.
Right.
Just like it's okay to cut out your toxic family members.
Yeah. Block who you need to block on social media.
Oh my gosh. We should have been able to get divorces way earlier. Oh my god.
Yeah, like
Feminism is important.
Feminism is the important, dog.
Get that coin how you need to. People use the tools they're given. When those tools are rat poison, I'm
just bitch what? Oh my god. That's so funny.
I don't know.
It's just like how many times can people around you get food poisoning and fucking die from it before
Right.
somebody starts to look at you and be like, hey, so quick question. Are you doing that?
Is that you, perchance?
'Cause like, so the thing is, they all ate the same dinner as you did, but you didn't get food poisoning.
So that feels pretty strange.
So that's pretty odd. My good bitch.
Right? Like, how many times does this have to happen before someone notices?
I guess we just need to listen and find out.
True facts.
By surprise, Debbie, who was bedridden, died pretty much immediately after Nanny arrived at the house.
Oh my fucking god.
Then Nanny was like, I need another husband. So she...
Who doesn't?
I know. Same. JK Blaze.
Mood
I love you.
2019.
Oh my god.
Oh god. Okay, so she decided she needed another husband. So she joined a dating service called the Diamond Circle Club.
Oh, very, very elite, it seems.
So that sounds like the most 80s, like,
It really
restaurant
it sounds like something my grandparents were so excited to join on a cruise ship or
in
something.
Florida.
Yeah.
Like wearing polo shirts.
Yeah. The Diamond what? Say it again.
Diamond Circle Club.
Absolutely. Jacqueline Miriam Glickman was in the Diamond Club.
Parenting 101.
Oh my God.
Parenting 101.
Correct.
If there was shuffleboard, Jackie was there.
Yes. Oh my god. Shuffleboard and a martini. I'm in. So she joined this dating service and she met Richard L. Morton, and the two of them got married, moved in together, and surprisingly, not surprisingly, I mean, unsurprisingly, their relationship was not good. He cheated on her all the time. Nanny ignored his adultery for the time being because she was focused on her mother, Louisa, who'd recently fallen sick after a bad fall and needed a caretaker. So Nanny was like, I'll take care of you. Uh-oh.
I wonder how this goes.
So
Right.
super generous on her part. Louisa came to live.
You've never taken care of shit in your life, and now you're gonna take care of your mom?
Take care of.
Quote unquote, take care of.
In like the
Nanny and
monster
Richard so that
sense.
Nanny could take care of her mother. Shortly after Louisa's arrival, she died suddenly and without warning.
Well, that
No
does not
shit.
surprise me at all.
What a shock. After her mother had died, Nanny turned her attention back to Richard and his adultery and was like, okay, now that that's out of the way and my mother
Anyway,
is dead,
1 out of 2 done.
back to the shuffleboard at the Diamond Circle Club.
Exactly.
So Nanny was like, okay, now I'm going to turn back to you, Richard, and focus on your cheating. So within 3 months, he was dead as well. After drinking a thermos full of coffee that Nanny had spiked with arsenic. Which I'm now thinking after the last husband was like, it must have been the coffee. She was like, oh, that's a great idea.
Oh, yeah.
I'll have to try that
It's
one.
like,
Yeah. He gave her her new inspiration.
right? It's
my
like domino
God.
effect.
Interesting.
Anyway.
So then the next one was like, it must have been in the tea. And then,
pudding.
And then the next one's the tea. Yeah.
What a fun.
It must have been in my Diamond Circle Club champagne.
It must have been in my shuffleboard puck
It must have been in the mahjong pieces.
that I put in my mouth. Oh my God. This is like an Agatha Christie novel that's just really bad, like a knockoff Agatha Christie novel. Anyway, okay. So she spiked his coffee with arsenic. He died. Next up, Nanny married another man named Samuel Doss of Tulsa, Oklahoma, in 1953. He had lost his entire family to a...
I am going to also mention that he lost his entire family thing, because what the fuck? But what husband are we on now? 4?
I think so.
Jesus Christ, bitch.
I know.
That should be illegal.
Many things in this story are illegal.
Well, Yes. Getting married was probably the only legal thing in this story.
That's fair.
Oh my god.
Tornado back in Arkansas.
Jeez.
So he was like just out of sorts.
Let's say also, like, I think that's the first tornado death you've covered at all in all of our episodes.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, you're totally right.
One off the list.
Someone's gonna email like, no, there were 4 episodes where you did.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
We're such
No,
assholes.
I think you're right. Yeah, I don't
We
think
should have like a, you know, like the dumb ways to die thing. We should like try to check off every single one of them at some point.
Not that a tornado is a dumb way to die. 'Cause
Well, no, I was just thinking like a long streaming list
of
of
things
ways
that
to
I
die.
haven't covered.
Right.
Well,
right,
so
right.
I will say real quick, because it's something I've actually been meaning to talk about. There was a really bad tornado in Ohio a couple weeks ago, and Dayton is like demolished. A tree,
Oh, shit.
A tree went through my mother's office and destroyed
What?
all her books and stuff. It was like really bad.
Oh my God.
And so I've been meaning to say a lot of charities are accepting like food donations and money donations and that kind of thing. So just if you are interested in helping out Ohio a little bit, check it out.
Jeez.
It was really bad.
Fuck.
Yeah. So anyway, this guy Samuel had lost his family to a tornado, and so this is where Nanny gets her last name. She finally decides to take her husband's name, becomes Nannie Doss. Samuel Doss was a Nazarene minister who disapproved of Nanny's love of romance novels and stories. He told her she was only allowed to read magazines or watch TV shows that had an educational purpose.
Okay.
So if anyone was
Fucking-
like property
right.
by now, it's this
He
guy.
was the most, quote, traditional.
Correct.
I see.
This is the most Mad Men, like 50s. Like, you may only read magazines that I approve of.
Ew.
Saying he was getting on her...
Fuck this guy. I hope he dies.
Great. Don't worry.
Spoiler alert, he's gonna fucking die.
I'm pretty sure. Like 90%.
I'm like, at this point, she's gotta be like, how old? You know,
Good
like,
point.
and you know, obviously chase after education no matter when.
For sure.
But like,
He's treating her like she's like 10.
yeah, like actually like a child of like, oh no, don't read those, like, don't read fan fiction, okay?
Right.
You're only allowed to watch things that are educational. Like,
Don't
no,
draw
I'm an
anime.
adult ass woman, bitch.
Right, literally.
Fuck you.
I'm just like, romance novels are like the one thing she likes besides murder. Like, can you...
Right.
You know what's left when, like, 1 out of 2.
Oh my god. Just, I came here to read books and kill men, and I'm all out of books.
I'm all out of books.
Oh my god.
nerves, Nanny left him as a form of protest and wouldn't come back until he put her name on his bank account and took out 2 life insurance policies with her as a beneficiary. No! So she was like,
That's right.
I'm leaving and I won't come back until you sign me up as your beneficiary of 2 life insurance policies, which, like,
Jeez.
I don't know how we didn't
Know what
put
was
2
coming?
and 2 together, but okay. So Nanny did the only rational thing. She laced a prune cake with poison.
God,
It
first,
must have been the prune cake.
I'm telling you, prune, like, without poison in it is already, like, gonna just put me out of my
It's already
misery.
poisoned. The Glickmans at the Diamond Club are eating prune cake.
No, they're not. We have good taste.
You don't eat prune cake?
Listen, I'm telling you, if someone gave me a prune cake, it would not
You
have...
have good taste. You're like, you don't even eat anchovy pizza.
Well, amen. That's further proof. If someone said eat prune cake and I was like, I'd rather die, they'd be like, don't worry, there's poison in it, so you will.
You get both.
You get both.
Oh my god. Okay. So she laced a prune cake with poison. He spent a month recovering in the hospital and was diagnosed with a severe digestive tract
He didn't even
infection.
fucking die?
Been there, homie. But he survived. Nanny did not give up, though. Turns out she was in a rush to collect on the 2 life insurance policies she had taken out. So she was like, oh yeah, this prune cake will die and then I'll get the money. But since he was in the hospital for a month and didn't die, she was like, shit.
This
So-
prune cake will die?
What?
Did you say this prune cake will die?
Did I say that?
I think you did. And in my head, I was like, well, if I ate it, I would die.
I'm so glad you cut that. That's awful.
It's fine. No, let's keep it.
Everyone's hitting the back 15 seconds, like, or they're like, no, we all heard
I thought
it.
you were calling him a prune cake, and I was like, is it like a snowflake or something?
It's prune cake. Snowflake is out. Prune cake is in.
Yeah, there it is.
Twitter, come on.
Don't be a prune cake.
Don't be such a prune cake. So, right. She was like, the prune cake will kill him, is what I was
Got
trying
it, got
to
it,
say.
got it.
So she was like, but when it didn't, a month later, and he came home again, she was like, shit, well, that didn't work. So she put her favorite trick to use, put arsenic in his coffee.
Yep.
And he just immediately
Go
died.
back to basics.
So after that whole month in the hospital recovering, he goes home and immediately is poisoned. So. But this time, she fucked up because when he was in the hospital for this month-long recovery, the doctor started to grow suspicious of like how he had ended up there and had started to look into it. So then when Doss went home and died within days, the doctor was like, okay, no, something is up.
Right.
And immediately ordered an autopsy, which revealed, surprise, surprise, a massive amount of arsenic in his system. So the doctor was like, I knew something was going on. So the doctor alerted police and Nannie Doss was arrested. With this new information, authorities exhumed some of Nanny's previous victims, like pretty much all her family members.
Shit.
And found extraordinary amounts of arsenic or rat poison in all of them.
Oh, no.
Nanny confessed to killing 4 of her husbands, her mother, her sister, her grandson, and her mother-in-law.
Oh, my God.
So she had murdered the baby. However, how she did it is unclear.
It's unclear. Got it. Maybe she fed him prune cake. Like,
maybe.
unpoisoned, and he was
just
like, ugh.
regular prune cake.
Yeah.
However, Alabama law enforcement officials believe she killed as many as 12 people.
Fuck.
Yeah, really bad. And they were mostly her family and children and grandchildren.
And babies.
And
That's
babies.
awful.
It's really fucked up. Her case incited a new law that requires all individuals who die without being attended by a physician to receive an examination by a medical examiner. Nanny blamed her murderous tendencies on her brain injury, so which... okay. Sure. Meanwhile, journalists gave her the nickname Giggling Granny because every time she would tell the story of how she killed her late husbands, she laughed. And like there's all these photos in the newspaper back then, where she's just like grinning and like they're interviewing her about how she murdered her grandson and like a baby and stuff, and she's just like giggling. It's fucked up. So she was also called the Jolly Black Widow, but Giggling Granny is the one that caught on, I think. She loved the attention. She was like basically romanticized it like she did everything else. She always smiled for reporters and kind of did like flirty faces.
Loved the camera. She was thrilled because Life magazine bought the rights to her life story, and so she was like such a ham about that.
Oh my god.
Such a ham.
Such a ham. I've been saying that a lot lately. I don't really know why. When police asked why she killed her husbands, her primary motive was surprisingly not insurance money. She actually said in her own words that her romance magazines had a profound effect on her psyche. She said, quote, I was searching for the perfect mate, the real romance in life. And then when she felt one of her husbands got on her nerves and wasn't living up to her romantic expectations, she simply killed him off and moved on to the next man.
Well, Matt, makes sense.
Total. Doesn't explain anything about your grandchild, or your mother-in-law.
Pause it.
Yeah, I was about to say that's probably the end of the story, right?
Almost, I think.
Oh, okay.
Again, people who complain about the divorce rates going up.
Right. This is the alternative. Yeah, because at this point, I'm just like waiting for the end of the story so I can fucking collect my thoughts.
I know. Like, you could press play again, but I just had to put that one out there.
So Nanny pled guilty May 17th, 1955, and was sentenced to life in prison. She was 50 years old, so she had killed 12 people by then. Upon receiving her life sentence, Nanny actually seemed thrilled at the prospect of life in prison and was like, great, let's do it. I don't know why. She seemed excited. Maybe she also romanticized
like,
prison.
new chapter, new me.
New year, new me. New prison, new me. She was a model prisoner. She was known for always being jolly, lighthearted, despite the fact that 2 years into her sentence, she said she wished she had just been put to death.
Oh my god.
But she remained cheerful. She often joked about her case, especially when she was interviewed, all the way up until her death in 1965 of leukemia. Shortly before her death, she told a visiting reporter, quote, when they get short-handed in the kitchen here, I always offer to help out, but they never do let me.
Wow, I wonder why they don't want you near the coffee or the pancakes.
Good question.
And that is the story of Giggling Granny.
Wow.
Oh my god.
What?
I need a minute to like collect my thoughts.
They never do let me.
I fucking wonder why. Okay, no, I need 1 minute to collect my thoughts.
All right.
So
So,
I've collected my thoughts.
yes. There are many thoughts to collect.
There's so many fucking thoughts. What the fuck?
Thought number one.
Thought number one, what the fuck? Thought number two, what the fuck? I definitely understand a little bit more why people are into true crime, but I still don't understand why people are into like super serious true crime.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because first of all, I could listen to these people talk about anything. They're so funny. Mm-hmm. Like, if you have not heard their podcast before, go listen to the whole episode. I'm going to, because again, what the fuck?
Because what?
Like, so much respect to them for being able to tell such a horrifying story, but like
Right.
make it so funny. Thought number four. A lot of those people deserved it.
Yeah, like pretty much people that weren't children.
Yeah, the children didn't deserve it, and I'm so curious. Part of me wishes that I could see into her mind to understand
Right.
why she did that. Because,
Same.
like, the husbands, I get it.
Yeah, the husbands make sense.
I wish that
The
she would have.
mother-in-law made sense.
Yeah, I wish that she would have diversified her portfolio a little bit with the like how she killed. But I guess she tried to, and just shit never worked.
I know.
But like,
Unfortunate.
but the fact that she had no regrets
Right.
is so just like powerful in a way.
Right.
Just, yeah, I did it. Fuck them.
Right. Just like, it was pretty funny, actually. So,
It just reminds me. I saw this TikTok a few days ago or a week. I don't know. I saw this TikTok and it was a video of these reporters asking this older lady if she had any regrets about like killing this guy, and she's like, no, that pedophile deserved it, fuck him.
oh yeah, I think you showed me that.
And they were like, oh, well, do you have anything to say to the victim's family? And she's like,
yeah.
may they die too.
That's right.
And I'm just like, first of all, we are not going to call a pedophile a victim.
Right. First of all,
Fuck him.
Right.
Like she said, she has no regrets. So,
understandable.
and so I'm just like, it's kind of powerful to just kind of be like, yeah, I did it.
Of course I did it.
Yeah, like,
Come on, man.
what is me trying to say that I didn't do it, or like rejecting the idea that I did it, gonna do for me? I'm still going to fucking jail.
Right, literally.
Like, I can't
like-
get out of this one.
You guys know. I know you know.
Right. Like when you're playing Among Us and like somebody sees you kill somebody, it's just like, you know what? No, you got me.
Yeah, you saw
I
that.
did it.
You sure did see that.
I can't wiggle my way out of that one. I think that's also why I find it so funny, because I've been very much on the Among Us hype train. It's like, that's the shit that I keep thinking about, is like, if she was playing,
Oh no.
and like somebody's just like, hey, Giggling Granny, I just saw you vent, and she's just like, yeah, I did.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I did that.
I did that.
And they're like, oh, you're not even gonna try to like defend? You could have put blame somewhere. And she's like, no,
No, I did.
I did that. I'm proud of that.
I definitely did that. Oh my god, that's so fucking wild.
Because I'm just like, I know when we started this, I was like, ugh, I don't like the amount of similarities that are between me and her. But if I were to kill, it would be somebody that got me fucked up.
Right. In an alternate universe.
In an alternate universe. Listen.
For legal reasons.
For legal reasons, this is a joke. But, like, if we, like, amicably divorce, or, like, if you die, like, totally unrelated to, like, anything.
Not coffee or prune cake or anything like that.
Right.
Natural causes.
But, like, if I was, and, like, I went on to, you know, be with somebody else, or, fuck, like, if I started dating someone now, even, like, and they had the audacity to put their fucking hands on me, it would be over, bitch.
Oh, yeah.
It would be over.
That is very true.
Which is why, like, so much of why I'm like,
I get
they
it.
had it coming, though. They're like, if somebody had the fucking audacity to be like, oh, yeah, no, so, like, the music that you like to listen to, I don't think that you should listen to it. Like, this is instead of listening to music, all that you're allowed to do is listen to podcasts, and the only podcast that you're allowed to listen to is Duolingo Spanish, actually. You can bet your ass their coffee would get fucked up.
Their prune cake?
Suddenly I'd get very into baking.
Oh, gosh. Oh my god. I'm just like imagining like if we like if you started dating somebody and like somehow I didn't know that like they were fucked up or something.
Yeah.
But like you like didn't want to implicate me and you were like, "Hey, can you teach me how to bake?" You were just like, "Hey, you're always making bread and shit. Can you like show me?" So like if you want to add a liquid, then like how would you balance that out? Or like a powder, like how would you balance that out in the recipe? I'm just curious, you know, like I was just thinking about adding maybe, I don't know, like some vanilla extract or something similar to that.
Oh my god.
I'm just making something special for like, you know, like that person I've been singing, and I'd be like, yeah, I mean, I don't think it really changes the recipe that much, but like, yeah. And like my fucking ADHD ass would not notice.
Yeah,
I'd
and
just
like
be
not
like-
connect the dots at all.
Oh yeah, none. I'd be like, oh, I didn't think things were going that well, but I guess they are. So, you know.
Oh, I guess you're trying to like make things a little bit more amicable, like.
Right, like you could.
And then like 2 days later, they're fucking dead.
I'm just like, oh, are you good?
And I'm just like sitting over there giggling, and you're like, well, you know, like, we all process things differently, and like,
I'm just like, there are many ways to grieve, and you're just like, oh my god.
fuck.
No, I'm like thinking about that John Mulaney bit that's like about having jokes read in court.
Yeah.
Just like,
Every single episode that we do of this motherfucking podcast, I'm like, God, I hope this never gets read in court.
do you want me to kill that guy for you? Because I will totally kill that guy for you.
Right. I'm just like, it'll be that kind of situation where I'll be sitting there and I'll be like, there is nothing that I can say to argue against that.
Sound better.
I can't make this sound better. All I can say is it was a joke for my comedy podcast, and if you want to believe that, then you can believe that. If you don't, I understand.
You can listen to it.
Like, yeah,
on
like if you just
iTunes.
listen to the whole episode, if you listen to all of the episodes a couple times over, then you'll
You'll
start to
see our sense of humor. And if you look on our YouTube channel, you can see my body language and tell that I am, you know, I'm loose, I'm having a good time. This is not premeditated. This is very like joking.
Yeah.
You know, if you subscribe, then you can actually, you know, you can find it later very easily. like if you like it, that'll also like help you come back and find it later, I'm pretty sure. You know, if you comment, you can like maybe leave like a timestamp as to like where you think things might be a little suspicious, but I promise you won't find anything. That's just, you know.
And if you hit up our Instagram, you can see all of the pictures of my dogs that I love so much. And like, you know, with somebody that loves their dogs that much, like really commit such a heinous crime. And now that we've plugged all of our social media, I'm going to say that it's time to say goodbye.
Yeah. Sounds good. Anyway, come watch this video on our YouTube. On our YouTube video. Come watch the video on our YouTubes. Go into the internet. Open Internet Explorer.
Open Internet Explorer.
Which I don't think exists.
Type in. No, I don't think it does anymore.
Open Safari.
Yeah, somehow open Internet Explorer. Type in Google
HTTP.
Type in HTTPS :// Google.com, and then in the search bar, you're gonna want to type in Google, and then you're gonna want to click on the first link that comes up, and then on that one, you're gonna want to type in the search bar.
YouTube.
No. www.youtube.com.
Oh, of course.
And then the first link that comes up, you're going to want to click on that.
Oh my
And then,
God.
you know, if you're lucky, you'll find your way to the video.
Yeah, you'll find it. I'm sure. You'll get there.
Okay.
Anyway,
Before we
dig this hole deeper.
Before we dig this hole deeper than the pit into hell from the Carlton Mansion. And now that I've plugged to an episode that's 2 episodes back,
Yeah.
it's time to say goodbye. We will see you next week.
We'll see you next week. It's been a fun October, folks. Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.